Collectors of Everything, Experts of None podcast, and the two idiots who host it take zero responsibility for the completely unfactual information that is sometimes expressed on said podcast. It also contains explicit language. Sorry, Mum. Collectors of Everything, Experts of None. All right, Collectors of Everything, Experts of None, episode 65. We made it.
We did.
We're here. I don't know why.
Almost.
I don't know why it matters that it's 65, but we are here.
Yeah, I think that's a milestone. You're able to apply for retirement and stuff like that now. So I think it's
60. Yeah. I think it's 67. But yes, we're getting there slowly.
67.
Yeah, by the time we retire, it'll be probably 84.
Yeah.
So, because you can't afford anything anymore. But anyway, Collectors of Everything, Experts of None. Let's start again. Episode 65. How are you, Peter?
I'm good, thank you, Neil. How are you?
Well, that's good. Hey, great show tonight. We've got some cool stuff to talk about.
We do.
We've got a first. We've got a Collectors of Everything, Experts of None show review.
A review.
A small review, but still a review nonetheless.
Dude, it's a review that makes me want to go to that place because there was some cool stuff there. I was like, ooh, hello.
Why didn't you call me for that one, Neil?
Yeah.
Where were you there?
Where was my tickets to fly down?
Exactly.
Just to go to a local comics collectibles festival.
They were in the mail. Anyway, guys, if you're liking the show, make sure you are subscribing and make sure you're sharing it with all your collectible and pop culture loving friends.
Yeah.
So they can also share in the joy of Peter's voice and ranting about different things. We've got a good rant tonight. Yeah, we do have a good one. I forgot what it was for a second there. We do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do have a good rant. Shout out to Stan as well. And hope you're doing fantastically. Let's get started.
Dude, why?
Why?
He was a douchebag.
I'm a nice guy. I can't be rude
you're
to
not.
him.
That's the worst thing. You're not. It's just
what do you mean?
persona you put on the podcast.
I need absolute silence to get into character. That's a total lie. And don't ever believe Peter when he says that.
Yeah,
if you meet me on the street, I'm a super nice gentleman. All right. Just don't come up and talk to me. All right. Let's
touch
get started.
My car?
Yeah. I've lost my train of thought.
Sorry, my bad.
On this podcast.
My bad.
All right, let's get into it. So, sick. We love our collabs.
Yeah,
our collectors and everything. Experts of None. Yeah, we should call it collabs of everything. Collectors of collabs. I think that's what we should start calling our show. We did a lot of collabs previously.
Yeah,
I think we did a whole show on it, didn't we? At one point.
Well, yeah,
just stupid amount of collabs that were going on.
I think it was more like, I don't know if people have gone back and watched those episodes. Obviously, I haven't. I don't want to watch them. But
don't go back and watch the first one because it's horrendous.
Yeah. Obviously, the format's been something that we've played with over the 65 episodes of the show.
Yeah.
And we used to do shows that were just sort of based on one thing. And some of the collabs that we learned about just through doing the research on those episodes is phenomenal. We always go back to the Hello Kitty one because for some reason everybody we talked to was like, oh, we love that Hello Kitty episode. I was like, that was episode 15 or 16.
Yeah, we should probably put up a couple of shorts about that episode because everyone I talk to seems to go, oh, I love the Hello Kitty one.
Yeah. I mean, everybody loves Hello Kitty.
That's true. Hello Kitty's never done anything wrong to anybody.
No, it's the most inoffensive sort of character of all time. Yeah. It's a cat that wears a dress and has a bow in its hair. It's like, dude, you can't get better than that.
But I saw a collab today with LeBron James. I don't know if it's true or not. LeBron James, and they're going to bring out the retro Nintendo 64, which is pretty scary to think that they're calling that retro. But because he's won 6 and lost 4 NBA finals. So they're doing I thought it was a strange collab, but anyway. But he does some weird collabs. That's like the Monopoly one that he did.
That's a reach and a half, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Wait, I think we could get LeBron.
I reckon we could suck plenty of money out of people on this one. For sure. Nintendo 64 though, by the way, was killer.
Wait, Nintendo 64?
GoldenEye.
Nintendo 64, you bring back Pierce Brosnan?
Yes.
In the ad playing the retro Nintendo 64 as James Bond.
About that.
I'm buying that no matter what, man. Dude, we're giving away ideas again, Neil.
Pierce Brosnan, he wasn't the best Bond, but he was a good Bond.
There was no problem. I mean,
I liked him.
The level of Bond has gone down since Connery, so I mean, really, who cares?
What, you didn't think Daniel Craig was a good Bond?
To tell you the truth,
You've never seen him.
I haven't watched a Bond with Daniel
Shut
Craig.
your mouth.
But I saw him in that movie with Kylo Ren. No, with Kylo Ren.
Oh, no, that's not a good... No. He was fantastic in James Bond.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on to what we actually wanted to talk about.
Oh, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
Sorry.
Let's go around 16 times before we get to our first story. It's already been 6 minutes.
Don't make it fucking obvious.
Everyone's sitting there going, what sort of podcast is it? Are these guys just talking shit for the next 2 hours?
Wait,
what's going on?
Disclaimer at the beginning of the goddamn thing that says we are two idiots.
And we use coarse
language. You know what you're getting into. Yeah.
I actually had to change on when I upload onto Spotify to change it to explicit content now. Oh,
dude, I feel so punk rock.
Yeah.
So there's a little E next to it.
There's a little E next to it now.
Oh, that's so cool.
Which is for excellent.
Excellent. Oh, dude, Bill and Ted reference. Very good. Almost 4 episodes.
We're getting there. We're going to do, I think episode 69 will be a Bill and Ted episode.
I'm thinking of like cosplaying.
Sweet.
That's
Can I start the story now? Is that all right? Because
No. Can I ask the question now?
Yeah, sure. Ask the question.
Is Henry Cavill the next Bond?
Well,
was that confirmed?
If they're asking my wife, then he definitely is.
Yeah, well, dude plays Warhammer and is Superman. I mean, who's not kind of getting wet in the
dude puts a goddamn computer together and breaks the internet.
Yeah, like, dude, everyone goes, "Oh,
do we have to talk about this guy?"
Henry Cavill is like, "No, I like him. He's a nice guy."
I'm flicking through the channels and I'm like, oh, there's
Wolverine.
Die Hard, Batman, Superman. Oh, what's that Superman's on? Oh, yeah, we should watch Superman.
Yeah, man. Name a movie. Yeah, it's so good.
He's way too good looking to be on any sort of movie screen. I think he may be, but then I thought it was the English guy as well was potentially...
Henry Cavill is English.
What? No, not him. The other guy, is it Idris Elba?
Oh, is it Idris? Yeah,
I believe so.
I'd actually watch that.
I heard he was going to be.
He's a badass, man.
And then I heard Robert Pattinson did such a good job of Batman, they're going to ask him to do Bond as well. But I'm not sure.
This is why people don't watch the podcast, because you'll find something. And
just everybody out there that's been sending an abundance of fan mail about Batman whatever, I can't find anything on Batman. So as soon as I do, we'll do Batman whatever, I promise.
Oh, man. We talk about Batman all the time.
I know you want the jingle again, but I can't do it without a story. So if you've got Batman stories, send them in and I'll do my jingle again. Okay? Yeah. Let's move on. Yes.
I actually had one.
What?
I actually had a Batman-related story. I saw it. It was like
50% of the podcasters doing their work.
No, it was a throwback to where Adam West lived and the yellow pages from that place. And it said Adam West, and then it says see Bruce Wayne. And you go to Bruce Wayne, and then it says Bruce Wayne, see Crime Fighter. And then you go to the Crime Fighter section, and it says Crime Fighter, see Batman. And it goes to Batman, and you look up Batman, and it says Batman, see Adam West.
Oh.
And it was like an eternal loop.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the song that doesn't end.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I can still sing that song, man.
What's the show that it was? It was from a show back on Lamb Chops Play Along. That's it. Good Lord. Don't start that. I'll be thinking about it all show. All right. Puma have come out with a ridiculous collab with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What'd you say?
I was just about to sing.
Oh, yeah? No, don't sing it. The only thing we sing on here is the Batman whatever jingle, okay? Only skilled performances can happen on this podcast.
Yeah. I have to get vocal coaching before I can sing.
All right, so they brought out 4 shoes.
Yeah.
Collab with Puma, and I love Puma. They do some sick shoes, but these are even crazier. So the first one is Baxter Stockman. They're out now, by the way. There's a Raphael and Don. Yeah, they're out now. There's a Leonardo and Michelangelo. So one shoe's one. You'll see the pictures. One shoe's one color, one shoe's the other color.
Yep.
And then there's a Krang one, which I thought was interesting. They used that character. I thought they might have used Bebop and Rocksteady.
Yeah.
But they didn't, and that's cool. So the catch is, and I love these sort of things that they do, Though the Raf and Donny ones are on Foot Locker online at the moment for about $250.
Yep.
So they're not the cheapest shoes in the world.
That's retail.
That's retail. Yeah. And there's some on StockX as well for at roughly the same price, maybe $10 more. Again, that could be US. I'm not sure. They're not going to be easy to get.
No.
There's a fifth shoe, which is the most ridiculous looking shredder shoe, right? That you can't buy. There's 440 of them being made. You have to buy the other 4, put the barcodes in. Oh, no, there's a way to do it. You have to purchase all 4, scan the QR code found in the box of each one, enter your info, do it for all 4 pairs, and it unlocks you getting the shredders.
Wow. And there's only 440 of them.
444 of them, I believe. But I don't know if you have to pay for them or if they come for free. So they may come for free if you're dropping $2,000 on a pair of Pumas.
Yeah, that's a
you
lot
make it
of
a
money.
free one.
Yeah.
And there was a video I saw as well. There was a sick container this guy had. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was right.
So yeah, and they're awesome looking shoes. As you'll see, I'll put them up on the screen. You'll see them. But yeah, the shredder ones were just next level. Even I'd wear those. And I'm a plain sort of person that doesn't wear many colors. But they were like bullet silver. They looked really cool.
Yeah.
So anyway, cool collab. I like talking about collaborations because
it's cool.
Yeah.
It covers so many bases because it shows that, back in the day, nerds were like nerds. But now the people who are into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are also into sneakers. They're also sneakerheads. So it sort of transcends that whole thing where it's actually more become a mainstream thing. This was actually we had 2 options today for my rant, and one was where I took Danger out on Thursday night, and we walked into a toy store, and I was just blown away. Like, when we were growing up trying to find toys, there just wasn't like much variety around. Like it was, you had maybe Star Wars, G.I. Joe, He-Man,
TMNT.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Corpse, which was like the cheap bands, G.I. Joe,
Hot Wheels.
But that was it. And now, like, these kids are growing up with Japanese anime, like 30 centimeter like statues and stuff like that. Actually,
tech decks are making a bit of a recovery as well. Because they've been out since the 80s.
Yeah, but that's nerds our age going to bars in America that have, instead of like tables, it's like skate parks where you can take your tech deck. And it is, but do you know how hard it is to do tech deckering?
Do you know how hard it would be to try and balance a beer somewhere there while you're doing said trickery?
Well, I'm sure it's like a D&D table where you got the center section and then you have an outside area for booze.
Yeah, a little bit like poker.
Yeah, that probably would have been a better reference, but...
Yeah. That's the only reference I know when I'm drinking beers around a table with poker. But anyway, so it's a sweet collab. And let's see, I'm sure they're going to pop up sooner or later.
Oh, 100%.
But 100%. The shredder ones, as I said, pretty sick.
Dude, the turtles just seem to
have... the Krang ones are out Feb 22. So they're not actually out yet. You can't buy them.
Well, what a way to create hype to like release the first.
Yeah.
Tell them there's a secret 5th, but you got to get like the 3rd and 4th.
Yeah.
I mean, those things, if you've got those first 2, you're sitting on that. You're waiting for them to drop wherever they drop and buy them straight away.
Well, I guess it's going to be, I'm assuming the ones that are later in the day, like the Krang or the Leo and Michelangelo ones, which I think are out now, are going to be harder to get than the Baxter Stockman ones.
Yeah.
Right. So there'll be one of those pairs that are going to be really hard to get.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's going to be as easy as you think it might be. I think it could.
Do you think they do?
You might have to cop the secondary market to try and get the 3rd or 4th pair.
But then, what's the point? Because the QR code would already been used. If it's on a secondary market, you got to think that
that's a valuable point.
Yeah, the 440. I mean, 440.
If you're smart,
it's not a big number.
You just ask somebody on Reddit, "Has anyone got this shoe? Can you just send me the QR code and I'll give you $100?" And then
nobody's buying that shoe without wanting that barcode to get that.
Point. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I would.
So
I'm not, but I would if I was going to go for it.
No, I love how much Turtles seems to have just had this massive resurgence. Because there was a period where, you know, the original Turtle movies were looked on with horror. Like, oh my God, I can't believe we had a movie with Vanilla Ice, you know, rapping with the Ninja Turtles in it.
Don't talk smack about Vanilla Ice, man.
No. I'm not, man.
Don't even go there.
Don't. All right, stop. Sorry.
Or I'm going to kick it hard like a vandal.
I was going to say, yeah.
Right? Beat you to it.
Yeah, well, I dropped a 9 and all I heard was shells, man.
I know.
But, like, it got... I love the fact that... This is not going to turn into a Vanilla Ice episode.
I know. I can just see references flying now.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't stop. Right. I just drove by and kept on. Keep going. Keep going.
I can't.
Everyone's switched off already anyway. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It's just you and me talking about
podcast. Everyone's like, these two dickheads, man. Like, I can't believe anyone actually watches them.
I don't think it's
so you were sorry, you were putting smack on Vanilla Ice.
No. I'm just saying that there was a time, like a period, where they were looked back on with abject horror, and I think that they've kind of done that whole turnaround where you know the movies have once again become sort of like a retro classic.
Yeah.
And especially, I guess, with the way that Eastman's sort of doing all of his stuff with still promoting it and still out there signing stuff and, you know, being part of the community, the Turtles have just gone from strength to strength. I mean, they just didn't they just do a collaboration with the Avatar?
I've not. Oh, possibly. Yeah. Was it like a crossover?
No. It was with Naruto. Sorry.
Yeah, it was a crossover, right? It was like
but it was with Naruto.
Okay.
So
they did.
That was
yes,
sick.
You're right.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for one to do with Domino's. That'd be good. I love Domino's.
But I thought the whole movie was Pizza Hut, wasn't it?
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
Yeah.
I can't believe you have a podcast on pop culture and you just said that. Anyway.
Was it Domino's?
Yes, it was Domino's.
Okay.
It was Domino's. Yeah. And there's a fact in that, and it was some ridiculous fact of the upswing that Domino's got after that movie came out. Compared to Pizza Hut. Like, it was phenomenal. I should find out and do it for next week's Neil's numbers. But
you know what? Put it up against episode 1 being part of Pizza Hut and see if their numbers jumped up as well and go, it can be Turtles.
As in Star Wars.
Yeah, Turtles versus Star Wars.
I don't think Star Wars did Pizza Hut, did they?
All their marketing and everything. Yeah, dude, you remember the life-size statues and all that.
Yeah, but it wasn't in the movie though, right? There was no pizza in the movie.
But,
there was Domino's pizza was in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm saying there was no Domino's in Star Wars. There was no Pizza Hut in Star Wars. They did do a big collaboration with them though. Yes, they had the characters and everything.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I'll just be quiet now. You can do your next story, Neil.
Well, it's not my next story. It's time for Peter's rant.
Right. Let me put my drink down. Thank you.
Hold my beer.
Actually, I can't because I'm still drinking it.
And no one's there to hold it.
Yeah. Okay, so look, I love cards. I love sports cards. I've collected Pokemon cards. Back in the day, I collected Batman cards and Ninja Turtle cards and all these kinds of things. So it's been something that, you know, I've never really sort of stuck to anything in one sort of genre. Obviously, I love baseball, so we do have a lot of baseball cards. Yeah. Oh, man, we still talk about what are the names of the brothers?
Hildebrand.
That set, the Hildebrand brothers that did that Marvel set in the early 90s. That was just phenomenal. Like it's
the 94.
Yeah, it still gets referenced now by a lot of people and a lot of Marvel fans because
100%.
it was a set that just sort of changed everything. You go, man, I didn't realize cards could be this good.
Why are you so angry about those? They're good cards.
No, I'm laying a basis here, Neil.
Sorry.
Shut up.
Sorry.
So I like cards. So a lot of my feed is filled with...
We get it. You like cards. All right.
A lot of my... You're a dick, said I.
Oh, you're yelling at me before you get into your actual point.
Yeah.
Sorry, keep going.
Okay, so a lot of the stuff that I watch is a lot of breakers. And since the inception of Whatnot, I mean, what, a year or two ago, maybe at the most?
Oh, it's been around for a little while, but it's gotten pretty big over the last 18 months, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because I used to watch breaks on TikTok and I used to watch breaks on YouTube and all these kinds of things. And all those people have slowly, but eventually moved into Whatnot.
Yeah.
Because that seems to be the platform where it is. The amount of videos that I see of people, you know, with legit channels that viewers are paying money to buy boxes.
Yep.
And the way that they're scamming them is so obvious. I'm like, when do we start seeing Whatnot taking a little bit more sort of responsibility for holding their content creators?
Yeah.
How
was it? I don't watch many of them. I watch a bit on Instagram.
Okay,
YouTube. So tell me how they're obvious.
I'll give you two. Like, I saw one dude, he was opening Yu-Gi-Oh packs.
Yeah.
So the way that he did it was he would snip the top of the pack off with a pair of scissors.
Yeah.
He wasn't even touching the pack with the scissors. Like, there's a video that says
falling off.
They're Bluetooth scissors. Like, is literally the caption on the video. It's just opening up as he cuts it.
Yeah, keep going. Yeah. I got to the snippet. Go again. What was the snip? Okay.
So he had this pack of cards and he got these scissors out and he's pretending to cut. You can clearly see light of day between the scissor and the pack just goes boop, magically opens.
Does anyone call him out? Like, is there any chat? Is there a chat?
There's a caption on the video that says Bluetooth scissors. Because he's not even touching the goddamn packs.
Right, okay.
So, but these guys are pulling these packs and ripping these packs so fast. It's easy for me watching a replay of it where it's slowed down or, you know, it's played multiple times to get it. If you're watching these breaks, you might not be picking this stuff up.
We should record it and put it on the show.
Oh, yeah, it's on, you know, every streaming service, every social media service at the moment.
Yeah, we should just show it. We should show an example.
Yeah, it's just...
That and the other crazy. One was... the people paying good money.
Well, I mean, the way the money is now, you want to at least be getting a bang for your buck.
Yeah.
Why... If you're seeing someone that is literally gone through these packs, obviously taken all the hits out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it that, you know,
when they were pulling the packs, was there anything good in there?
No, nothing.
Oh,
just packs of commons.
How annoying!
But what I'm saying is, people are always going to be douchebags, no matter what hobby you're in. There's always going to be people out there to try and scam you out of money. But at what stage does Whatnot actually come in and police this shit?
What do they care? They're getting their money. What would they care? What do they get? They get a percentage of sale, or what do they get? Do you know what the framework is for them?
No, I'm not sure.
They must pay a subscription to be on there or something like that, because that's how they make their money. Why wouldn't you just buy your own packs and open them yourself? I don't understand the whole breaking.
Well, some people don't have the opportunity to get packs. I mean, if you're in another country where something's been dropped earlier, you know, you obviously you're going to buy it there.
So they're quality packets and they're quality boxes that they're opening. They're not rubbish.
Yeah, I mean the product is legit, but they're going through and stacking the deck. I mean, it's not right. We should get some examples. Pardon me. One dude that was ripping Pokemon got to the end energy, and it actually had Sharpie writing on the energy from something that is like, oh, take this out of the break.
I did see that one guy that pulled. It was like a blooper video, and he pulled a serious card. I think it was on Pokemon, maybe, or it might have been.
Is that the guy that then puts the pack down
and it disappears?
And then he picks the pack back up, and it goes to I think it was the Dark Umbreon was that one.
Yes, or the alternate art one, or whatever it was. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he puts it down. He's like, "Oh, my Uber Eats is here," or some bullshit like that.
Right. Yeah.
Puts the card down, picks it up, and gets like a Kingdra EX,
and it's not as good, obviously.
Which is a $2 to $3 card versus what the Dark Umbreon was. I mean, people are sitting there going, Oh, dude, come on.
Are we in the wrong
at
game?
least trying to have
Should we be
fucking
doing breaks?
skill
What's
with
going
it.
on?
Oh, please, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We'd get caught on something and, start rapping Vanilla Ice again. I don't know.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly. And I decided to stop and collaborate.
Yeah. So look, the whole thing is, I think that there needs to be some way to police this better than what they're doing, because people trying to get in. We've spoken about this almost every.
Have you looked at the forums?
Week.
Is there people blowing up on forums?
Of course there is, but I mean, the good thing about the community is that people are being called out as well. They're calling out names. They're doing this stuff. Whatnot are coming in and going, oh, you've got a shadow ban, and then so they get taken down, but then they're back. I mean, all it takes is a different goddamn email to be able to get back on there.
I'm just reading Reddit. It's a collapse of whatnot from within. That'd be interesting. I'll have to read up on it a bit, but yeah, we should get some examples. That'd be cool to look at.
Yeah, I just
good rant. Good rant.
I don't like people losing money. I
100%.
I hate collectors, who obviously work hard.
You're right. Did it work?
Yeah. Sorry. It's
heavy. Would use like your belly button or something, or under your arm or something cool.
No, it's my Hot Wheel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hot Wheel.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
My carcass. Yeah.
We should see. I must read up on it a little bit more in regards to whatnot. I didn't realize that was so crazy like that.
Yeah. Look, I mean, people are doing their asses in these things.
Yeah.
In different sets of cards, we've spoken about it with Pokemon and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But some of these people aren't even getting the chance to make any money because they're being ripped off before they even start.
Yeah, well, it's a bit like anything, right? If you're on eBay and you get ripped off by someone on eBay or in a Star Wars group, which seems to happen pretty regularly to all the Star Wars people. Not the Marvel groups, though. They seem like the nicest people in the world. Shout out to all the Marvel vintage trading card groups. You just don't use them again. You just don't do it again.
Yeah, I get that.
You've been burnt. Everyone's been burnt.
Everyone's been burnt.
You just don't go back and do it again, But anyway, good rant. I like that. We should look into whatnot a little bit more. I've just wanted to put in whatnot issues, and it's like lighting up.
It's like, wow.
Yeah. These guys. There's a lot of stuff about it, but anyway.
I think it's just the Wild West, man.
Man.
Unless you do something really, really, really bad.
Yeah.
You're probably going to get away with it. I mean, for the big breakers that you see get done, there must be a million little breakers that are screwing people over some way or another.
Well, I remember Marco was Marco when he was on the show, who I saw. I did a review about the Hurstville Collectables, and he was there.
Yeah.
He was saying, well, when he was in America, whatnot was like the be-all, end-all. Like, that was it. That's where everyone's going now. That's where everything happens. In regards to trading cards, that is. And he would know, right? So, he went to the Nationals, didn't he?
Yeah. That's right. I think that's where we need to
go. I want to go to the Nationals.
Yeah,
that would be
awesome.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Hey, pretty cool story. Pretty close to home as well.
Mm-hmm.
There is a new $34 million dinosaur exhibition being built in Thailand called Jurassic World. Have you heard about this?
I have now. Thank you.
I told my son, he was upstairs packing his bag straight away. Doesn't come out till mid 2025, but will be pretty sick to see.
Yeah.
$34 million, and I was sitting there thinking, okay, so they must have bought the rights to it, and that's fine. The funniest thing that I found though was in the comments. It's just put up. Was like, guys, they've made 5 movies about this. This is a bad idea. Yeah.
We don't learn.
And it was, maybe you should put it on an island and start small. See how it goes. But anyway, it is actually real. So they're saying it's like animatronic dinosaurs, life size. So it should be pretty sick for kids. But I thought I'd just throw that in there because I thought the comments were hilarious.
Yeah.
And building Jurassic World. And we've been doing a lot of Lego Jurassic Park lately on Nintendo Switch. So,
nice.
Which is strikingly similar to Marvel Avengers in regards to the way it's all played.
Really? Well, I found Marvel Avengers strikingly similar to Harry Potter and Star Wars.
Well, the second Marvel was crappy. Avengers is crappy, I thought. The first one was sick. So
do you like Jurassic Park?
The movies
as a franchise?
Oh, I think it's cool. Yeah,
which is including the newer ones with Chris Pratt and stuff like
that. I've seen the first one of the new ones. I think.
Yeah.
Is there 2 or 3? How many are there?
3, I think.
Yeah, I've seen all the old ones because Jeff Goldblum's in them and he's awesome.
Yeah.
But then I have seen the first one, which I thought was okay with Star-Lord. But sorry.
Oh, sorry. So the first new one, yeah.
The first new one with Star-Lord. I thought he played a bit of a different character, obviously, but yeah, I didn't think it was too bad. It was alright. Yeah. I haven't seen the next ones. What did you think? Have you seen them all?
I haven't seen all the new ones. I thoroughly enjoyed the old ones. I mean, when Jurassic Park came out, this movie was incredible. What's his name's in it? They had a T-Rex. Sam Neill.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had a T-Rex and a Velociraptor.
Listen, when there's an Australian in a blockbuster movie, it's going to be popular, okay? Yeah. Tell me one movie that an Australian's been in that hasn't been popular in Hollywood.
I don't know, whatever Russell Crowe did last.
Gladiator.
Was that last?
I think that's all he's done ever. No, actually, he did Robin Hood after that. That was rubbish. I'm sure he's done some more.
Oh, that Commander and...
the Moby Dick one.
Yeah, where he was like a really well-kept pirate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A well-shorn pirate. Why are you targeting Russell Crowe? What did he do to you?
I don't like Russell Crowe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, Heath Ledger killed it. I shouldn't say that.
Except God,
I didn't mean to say that.
Too early, man.
Sorry.
Still too early.
Huge fan. I apologize. I shouldn't say that. Margot Robbie, Weapon. I can't think of any more right now. But anyway,
Hemsworth, Hugh Jackman,
the guy out of Batman Begins,
Nicole Kidman,
Guy
Pearce.
Yeah,
there's a ton of it.
Yeah, BMX Bandit was a pretty awesome
Pearce
movie.
Just was up for a BAFTA,
right.
I think. So
yeah, top guy.
Yeah, and he was one of your bad guys. He was I always go back. Dude, that was super loud, man.
I don't know what that was, but anyway.
Yeah, that's like a supercar.
It was something.
It was either that or a low flying plane.
I think it's probably woken everyone up too. Awesome.
What is he?
What are you talking about?
He was Killian.
Oh yeah. Aldrich. Oh, Gillian Aldridge.
Yeah, in Iron Man 2, wasn't it?
Number three.
Oh, was it 3?
Yeah.
Number 3.
Yeah. Yeah. And what the other guy? I can never remember his name. He was the bad guy in the third Batman movie.
Bane.
No, it wasn't Bane. It was the other guy. He was in that. Anyway, I can never remember his name, but he's a top actor. He was in that real Aussie movie that came out years and years ago about when he gets the Jaguar.
Paul Hogan.
No, you're an idiot. Okay, let's move on. All right, so I did go down to the...
with the Jaguar?
Oh, I'm going to find it now. Sheesh.
With the Jaguar?
Cast of Dark Knight Rises. This is pretty pathetic. I'm having to look this up. Where is he? Ben Mendelsohn.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He was in it. Yeah. He's a great actor. Dude, he's been in a few movies, but he's a bit underrated.
He was in Star Wars.
Yes, he is. Yes.
Yeah. He's Admiral someone. I can't remember.
Over the weekend, I went down to the Hurstville Collectables Fair, which was fantastic. Got a little bit of a snippet here.
Yep.
I'll give you a quick look. Here it is. All right, so here we are. First review for Collectors of Everything, Experts of None at the Hurstville Collectables Fair. These guys do these fairs probably every three or 4 months, I think, at the Marana Auditorium, right in the heart of Hurstville CBD. It's a little hidden gem, nice little auditorium, bit of character to it. So there's a fair few people there, a lot more than the last time we'd attended. That's Channel 7 there, talking to people about the little bits and pieces they've picked up. And nice tie. So we cruise around here, lots of pins, lots of. There was actually some old Australian Defence Force badges and things like that as well, which are quite cool. Some vintage antiques, heaps of toys at this. At this time round, there was a lot more toys than anything else. And obviously on the other side there, I didn't really get many recordings of it, but there was heaps of records as well. I believe this started out as a record fair, and now it's obviously gone into a few different genres. Lots of Pogs, and there was a heap of Pokemon cards at a couple of stalls. This is some of the Star Wars stuff. There's Batman cards there. I really like the Star Wars stuff. And then we've got this other nice gem here. These they're not PSA. I don't know what they are, but they're like Gem 10 Donald Trump or Super Trump cards. Pretty cool. Harlequins, some Corvettes. And strangely enough, this was the only area that I saw Funko Pops, which is quite rare for any convention I go to. Usually there's 10 million. Heaps of CDs. Heaps of VHS as well. That's starting to get a little bit more popular. And then my main man, Marco from Most Bill Cards, had a serious setup this time round. As you can see, all sorts of non-sports trading cards and also a few soccer cards. There he is there. Hello, mate. And yeah, fantastic setup there. And he's also down at Leichhardt Marketplace at the moment at a pop-up store, so check it out. This was awesome. This guy's come down. I've never seen this guy before. He had some of the nicest Hot Wheels cars that I've seen. Heaps of Mercedes. There was a lot of Lambos, Ferraris. But he also had some rare ones here that you can see. They're copping about $100. But the one when I pan around here is the Transformer one, which actually transforms into the character. He showed me a video of it, didn't actually have it. So that's the Hurstville Collectibles Fair, guys. And there it is there. Pretty good little setup, and they'll be doing it on a regular basis. So look forward to coming again. So that was a snippet of Hurstville Collectibles Fair. I think it used to be called the Hurstville Record and Collect or Antiques Fair. I think it's changed name. Yeah. So as you saw in the video, there's a boatload of collectibles, heaps of different vintage stuff, a lot of vintage stuff actually. But what I didn't show you on the video was there's an entire row on the other side of just records. And I don't really know much about records. Wasn't very aesthetic to do a video on records because they're all stacked up in bunches, but or in crates, milk crates and stuff, should I say? But there was a lot of people there looking through them. The video doesn't really show how many people were actually there because the last video I took from the stage, looking down, I think it was almost about to close. Okay. So yeah, there was one point there where we were standing, and I was with a friend of mine, and no one could get past. That's how busy it was at one point. So it was a pretty cool little fair. Heaps of Star Wars stuff, man. Heaps of Star Wars stuff. There was a dedicated Japan only outlet there as well.
You actually sent me a photo of some of the cool stuff from there. Yeah,
there was like popcorn R2D2s.
Yeah, you were like, look at the R2D2, and I'm like, oh, how cool's the Sailor Moon lunchbox? Yeah,
fail.
So yeah, I like Sailor Moon. What the?
Yeah, it was very cool. Yeah. There was what I found really interesting, and I don't know if this is allowed or not allowed, and someone else who was with me pointed it out as well. There were Australian Defence Force badges for sale. And like a couple of different badges from the Navy and things like that. Are you allowed to resell that stuff?
I don't know. I think there's a big collectible market for like military.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, things. I appreciate that. But it was like a legitimate looking.
I think it has to be something that's retired. So like, obviously, I think there's certain things that happen. And if something gets retired, then you can use it. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, I remember when I was in Japan, I bought these work shirts that were like the quintessential kind of, it had the name of the company. No, it was like the blue collar. It was like the old mechanic shirts. It had the name of the company, and then it had I got like
with the dark and the light blue pocket cover.
Yeah, and that's what it was. But you looked on the inside of those shirts, and it says that this remains the property of the whatever company it was. I mean, it's got to be a pretty crappy day if you get pulled up on that and you get charged or fined for that kind of stuff.
For stealing said shirt.
Yeah, I think if you're gonna try
how many did you steal, Peter?
No, I didn't steal them. I bought them from a Japanese thrift store.
Oh, so someone else had stolen them.
Someone else
you bought stolen merchandise.
And I bought stolen merchandise,
right. Yeah. Okay.
But
It makes you an accomplice, just so you know.
Oh well, they can have their maybe 600 yen a piece that I paid for those shirts.
I've actually seen in Japan, there's a lot of controversy at the moment with Australians going to Japan and causing all sorts of problems because there's so many Australians over there.
Yeah.
And all their tourist areas are getting absolutely hammered.
Yeah. And the majority of Australians when they travel are dickheads.
Oh, that's not nice. I'm sure the majority are nice people. It's the 1%.
Japan, they have beer vending machines on the street.
Oh.
Nah, they're going to be dickheads.
I remember.
Like, seriously.
I remember.
I lived there for 5 years, man. There's plenty of people.
I remember the firework incident that happened. The firework incident of 2002.
No, it was 2005 because Oscar was born the next year.
No, was it that late? Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was 2005. Yeah.
So we're out one night, right?
Oh, it's a story for the ages.
Anyway, I shouldn't tell these stories, but it's pretty funny. So I'll quickly tell it. When I was in Japan and Peter lived in Japan, we'd had about 6 beers maybe and decided to go out with all your mates from Japan to their cement quarry, was it? Was it
6
cement
beers.
quarry?
Neil.
Yeah, okay. We maybe had 7.
We had 6 beers before we went to the restaurant.
Yeah. So the problem was in Japan that when you walk to restaurants, your beer gets warm really quickly. So you have to make sure it stays refreshing and cold, thus meaning you need to drink it fast.
And
so
then,
probably
lo and behold, a vending machine.
Yeah.
Next beers.
Luckily, they're in close proximity to any walk. So look, the point is in Japan, you're going to be very hydrated. You're probably not going to die of thirst.
Nope.
And which is very generous of them to put said vending machines every 100 meters towards the restaurant. So, as I said, 6 beers later, we had a fantastic meal at one of your friends' restaurants. And then the idea popped up at the pub afterwards that we should probably light some fireworks.
Yeah.
And I'm like, sick, they're illegal in Australia. They're not illegal in summer in Japan. Is that right?
Summer, you're allowed to let fireworks off, yes, in Japan.
Fast forward to me laying down, putting rockets in an empty 500ml can of Asahi and lighting them, not realizing that, the trajectory of the wind and one of them starting and then falling over, all of the rockets smashed into my stomach.
The first one, so Neil's laying on his side.
Yeah. Holding it had to get close.
Trying to light it like that. The first one lights, the first one goes off, goes, boo! The whole can just goes, dunk. And faces him and just goes.
In my defense, that one rocket that went up was fantastic.
That was
the rest
really
of them
good.
Exploded on my stomach.
And luckily, your shirt.
It only burnt my shirt and burnt my chest hairs. And that was okay. I didn't have too bad of burns or anything like that because I was pretty agile back then. I was probably half the weight I am now. I still have the
photo of you standing there at the quarry with your shirt with the hole in it. That's one of my favorite.
Anyway, that's the Japan story. I won't repeat it again.
No.
So, it was quite funny. But anyway, it's a very cool country. It's really interesting. All the talk about the tourists going over there at the moment, but we were going to get over there next month or April actually for celebrations coming up very shortly.
But it's sold out very, very, very quick.
Yeah. So anyway, the vendor there had some great Japanese stuff. It was a great little show. They don't do a huge amount of advertising for it. They put a lot of stuff up on poles and stuff around on streets, so you can see it. But as I said in the video, there's more and more. Every time I go there, there's more and more people. So we'll try and do a few more of these reviews.
So the last time you went, was that more record orientated?
Yeah, way more.
Yeah.
There was no Hot Wheels. There was no.
Oh, there was Star Wars. Talk about those Hot Wheels.
Oh, man. The Hot Wheels are the next level.
There was insane.
There was even these 3 lovely ladies, and I didn't show the video of that one because I took a few more videos than I showed. But and they were selling jams, like homemade jams, and she was waving and everything. And I think she wanted an interview, but Channel 7 were there, so she can go speak to them. But So we were laughing before when I showed Peter the video because the guy was wearing a tie at a collector's event. But anyway, jokes on him.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was quite good. So hope you enjoyed the little video. And as I said, we'll try and do more because there's heaps on. Actually, there was the Sydney Card Convention was on at the same day. I didn't realize. Marco told me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was. I think they're down in. I'm not sure if it was the Round Table.
Yeah.
But there was one in Marrickville. So we did the geek Geek Festival or whatever it was at Marrickville.
Yep.
I didn't do a video on that, but I will this year.
Yeah.
So I'll try and get to as many as possible and give some reviews.
That's a big call for Marco to go to the Hurstville one.
Yeah, so he booked it already. He said, I actually asked him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm going to get Marco back on too.
Yeah, definitely.
Sooner or later. He's flat out. If you're in Sydney and you're watching this, he does have a pop-up store at Leichhardt Marketplace.
Yeah.
So make sure you get down there and check it out. And he's got stupid amounts of non-sports trading cards, should I say, but also some sports cards too.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's move on to the final story for said evening.
Okay.
There's a rumor coming out. So the next two Avenger movies are coming out 26, 27. Yeah?
Yeah.
Star Wars. Avengers. Doomsday. I just missed that. I must have been thinking about the show. Sorry. Avengers Doomsday is coming out 2026 with Robert Downey Jr. As we all know. 2027 Secret Wars, Avengers Secret Wars. Now, the rumor is in Secret Wars, we'll get back to Robert Downey Jr. after this, but the rumor is that Wolverine is about to make an appearance as Hugh Jackman, or Hugh Jackman's about to make an appearance as Wolverine. And Tobey Maguire is coming back as Spider-Man.
Yeah, that sucks.
They're meant to align or create an alliance and fight Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
So that tells us two things. Doctor Doom doesn't die in the first Doomsday movie. Potentially. But then I got onto, I think it's IMDb.
Wait, I haven't even thought of that. Why would you say that? You just wrecked it for me now.
Exactly.
I was like, well, we know the outcome.
Now, I have been talking on this podcast, this tiny little podcast of ours, and people must be listening because there's a video on IMDb on the scenario of how Iron Man could possibly become Doctor Doom. And these guys break it down into different characters through comic books where they've aligned and things like everyone's thinking the same thing. You have to try and align it up. But I didn't realize, and I'm not big into Doctor Doom, his mask is actually fixed to his face. He can't take it off.
Oh, really?
So when I think it was the monks built his mask, he put it on and the metal was too hot and it actually burnt to his face or his skin and he can't take it off, supposedly.
Oh.
So then the conversation came to, well, they're paying Robert Downey Jr. a stupid amount of money to go on and do Hot Wheel.
Did that work? Yeah.
Yeah, that worked. Yeah, you went, oh,
okay. Way to put it out.
Line up to be better next time. You've lost my train of thought. So they're paying him a shitload of money to be a voiceover? Surely.
Yeah.
Right? So, I don't know. But there was a couple of cool scenarios that they showed on this video, and I should put the link up, where there was like how it was a crossover between Doom and Iron Man.
Yeah.
More than I know of because I'm not into comics, but not that much into comics anyway. But yeah. So I don't know. So the rumor is those two are going to be creating an alliance. And,
there was a thing that came out today or maybe yesterday about the Russo brothers signing on to make another whole pile of like Marvel movies,
X-Men,
but then it's actually including the X-Men. This kind of shits me because unless they're going to use the same characters, they've already proven that, obviously Charles Xavier as what's his name, Patrick Stewart, is part of canon. Right? Yeah, Star Trek.
Didn't they use the other? No, there's another guy, a younger guy that was that played him on Star Trek. Wasn't there?
What, on Star Trek?
More recently, yeah. No, sorry, on X-Men.
Yeah, that's the dude from Unbreakable, the Unbreakable series. He played
Wanted.
Wanted?
Yeah, have you ever seen Wanted?
I thought that was Hayden Christensen.
No.
Is that the one where they can bend bullets?
No.
What was that movie?
That is. Yeah, Wanted with Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't sass me,
No.
boy.
But what's his name? Star-Lord in that as well, if you don't remember. It was his best mate.
I didn't remember that.
Yeah, but he's fat and stuff. Like it was before he got Hollywood.
Did you ever watch the movie called Unbreakable with Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson?
I've seen that movie. I haven't seen the next two.
You didn't watch Glass?
No.
And then there was
sorry. I watched Unbreakable, where he was the original, where he did he was a security guard at the football. Yep.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the next one.
So then there was Glass, and then there was, oh, God damn it, I can't think of it. It's where the guy who plays the young, his name's James something.
Yeah, I know who he is.
Or something James.
Because I read a thing about how he broke his hand in a scene and didn't tell anybody. And there's all these scenes in that movie where his hand's like swollen up like a balloon. And finally he went to the doctor. Yeah.
It's like when Jackie Chan jumped onto the hovercraft and broke his ankle.
What a movie.
Dude, I love Jackie Chan.
Rumble in the Bronx has to be one of the top 10 karate movies ever.
Yeah, what was the one that was shot in Burley? It was shot up on the high rise where they jumped out the window and they did the stuff around the edges.
It's still there, that building.
Yeah, it's still there. It's still pink.
You can actually hire that apartment.
Can you?
Yeah.
That's sick.
There's a sauna on the roof. Yeah, I don't know the name of it, but yes, that was a pretty cool movie too.
Yeah.
He was like a secret agent or something, wasn't he?
Yeah. I don't know. It was Jackie Chan. He beat the shit out of people. How the hell did
Jackie Chan from Avengers Doomsday?
Because he hurt his ankle when he jumped on the hovercraft.
That's right.
Yeah.
There was a pretty sick contash in that movie too, where the hovercraft goes over it and ruins the paint job.
Oh, really? I don't remember that.
Disappointing. Yeah.
Yeah.
You should rewatch it.
Yeah. But, so, if you had, like... Have you watched Deadpool and Wolverine yet?
No.
Oh, God damn it, man. How are we supposed to have conversations of any type of meaning here if you won't actually do the research?
Because I have a 9-year-old that likes to come downstairs 14 times after she goes to bed and then sees whatever's on the television. And if I've got Deadpool on there chopping someone's head off, it's going to be... She won't sleep for 6 nights.
Do you have AirPods?
No.
Or something to go into your ear?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Earbuds.
You can get Disney on your phone, the app, and you can watch it on your phone.
Okay.
It's not going to be the same,
Fine.
but at least you got to watch it.
I was watching it at work, man. Don't worry.
Yeah, exactly. So, dude, call in sick when the kids are at school.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I love it. Anyway, cool rumors, and I hope you enjoy the little Hurstville video. If you guys know of any other events that are happening around here in Australia, let us know, because we want to attend. We're going to Collect Fest.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't told anybody that. We're going to be there. It's going to be sick.
It's going to be rad.
Except in Sydney, where you're not going to be because you're leaving. So I'm going to be on my lonesome. I have to try and I'm going to have to bribe someone else to come with me.
Yeah.
But that's okay. I'm sure I'll sort that out. Collectors of Everything Experts have done episode 65. We are done.
I thought we were going to argue about Marvel for at least another 20 minutes. That would have been cool.
No, because I'm not going to argue about Robert Downey Jr. now. I'm actually intrigued to see how they do it.
I didn't even bring up Robert Downey Jr.
Why are we arguing about Marvel? Why would we argue about Marvel? We never argue about Marvel.
Because you want to talk about this big thing where Wolverine and Spider-Man are coming back in.
Yeah,
I want to see Wolverine versus Hulk. That's what I want to see.
Okay. Well, sometimes you don't get what you want, Peter. I'm not sure how you want to argue the point.
God damn it. End the fucking episode.
Maybe write a letter. I don't know.
I write too many letters.
You spend your days...
since we started this podcast too.
I spend my evenings in candlelight. Writing many letters.
To whom it concerns.
HET Marvel Entertainment.
Oi, Kev.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Exactly.
Collectors of Everything Experts and done. 65, 66 coming up soon. Enjoy.
See yous.
Collectors of Everything. Experts of none.